Hi, I'm Doug Shepard, County Extension Agent for Agriculture, and we would like to welcome you to this month's version of Extension Today. We're back at our new Extension office. We had done a tour earlier this year, but the building was still under construction at that time. Building is pretty much completed. We're moved in, so we're going to spend the day and walk through and show you some of the things maybe that you didn't get to see in the previous thing. As you know, Extension in the past is up to the point when Mr. E.E. Pittman back in 1914 was named the first Hardin County Extension Agent. All the Extension offices pretty much were housed in county courthouses around the state. Later here in Hardin County, they actually moved into the courthouse annex, and Hardin County was kind of broke the ground on a new extension office in 1980. In fact, it was the first extension office, county-owned extension office, built in the state when Mr. Jack Snyder was the agent here. That building has served us well for some 40 years, about 8,300 square feet in that building. Had been added on to 3 different times. We were actually out of space because of the utility easements and so forth. We couldn't go any wider or go up any higher because of the way the building was constructed. We were out of meeting space, so the idea of this actually started back in 2005 with a group of beef producers here in this region that wanted a cattle loadout facility. So the first thing we built, of course, was a livestock event center that's here on the property. The Extension District Board in 2003 bought 30 acres here at the intersection of Ring Road and the WK Parkway to build a livestock center and later build a new extension office. And then in 2017, they actually let the contract with Jenkins Essex to build this facility we're in here now. Moved in here in middle of August, earlier this fall. So kind of getting used to being in this huge facility that's 35,000 square feet, some 4 times bigger than our previous office. So when you come in the new extension office, we're kind of here in the vestibule. The first thing you'll see is this big television monitor on the wall, and it will have a list of all the meetings that are in the facility today, which room they're in, and so forth and so on. And then there'll be monitors, which you'll see as we walk through the building at each meeting room. It tells what's in that meeting room today. One of the focal points of the new extension office is this stained glass quilt block up behind me. Most of you are probably aware of the Homemakers statewide quilt block trail. We have several of these quilt blocks on barns here in Hardin County, and they're all over the state. And there is a map and list of them that you can pick up here at the extension office and drive around Hardin County and see all these various quilt blocks. We call this one Opportunity Awaits, and there's a little method to the madness of this quilt block. The center of the quilt block is brown, representing the foundation or earth we all come from and will return, or the groundbreaking that we had earlier this year, or that thing we call extension that was created back in the days of Lincoln and has since been brought to all counties in America. Around the brown center square is that spinning star, the 4 yellow points or 4 center squares around the brown, and that represents the 4 extension program areas, which is agriculture, 4-H youth development, family and consumer sciences, and community development. The yellow-blue tinted square surrounding that is the community impacted. Outside are the 4 outside corners, the greens and yellows that you'll see with the red center. Those represent flowers or plants or the growth or positive change and the new opportunities as a result of extension programs. The light blue shows that the sky's the limit on what can be accomplished cooperatively. So it's pretty apropos that this is the symbol that sits above our front door. All right, we're here in the lobby of the extension office. Little sound with this 35-foot ceiling, kind of like an echo chamber in here. When you come in our automatic front doors, our receptionist here, Joni Hill, would be the one that you greet. Her backdrop is kind of one of the most unique things in the building, and looks like a silo. That is actually a silo that is out on Ring Road, belongs to Rick and Donna Thomas on Rick's dad's old farm. Kind of sits there at the intersection of Ring Road and St. John Road. Right over the new 5-star it's located out there. You'll see a silo sitting back in that field. It's an Amish fella down in Munfordville. We took him out there, and he's actually quite a craftsman. He came in here and hand painted that silo off a picture that he took the day we took him out there to see it. So it's got rust stains and the bands and so forth. Very much looks like a concrete silo. Everybody walks in the building, that's one of the first things they comment on. So anyway, kind of unique area, big gathering area as well. We talked about all of our monitors and so forth that describe each of the rooms and who's meeting in those and so forth. They're out here in the lobby as well. All right, now we're standing in the conference center. This is our largest meeting room. Our extension leadership, before the building was constructed, they really wanted to have a space here in the community or the county where we could have something that would hold up to 450 at banquet style tables and so forth. What you're seeing here, we actually had a Farm Bureau regional function here the other night. These are the banquet tables and chairs that were set up for that group. Earlier this fall, Hardin County Farm Bureau actually held their annual meeting here. We had over 500 folks in this room. Not sure that it won't hold 600. There was some empty space in the room that night. So pretty proud of this, very functional. This whole place can be broken down into 3 separate meeting rooms. We have electric folding partitions. There's phone, restroom facilities out in the hall for this conference center, a large restroom group. Has all kind of technology in it. We have wireless internet in here. There is a projector and screen in each one of the rooms. You also have total audio visual capabilities in this facility. Clear back behind me, if you may notice the large wooden wall back there, that's actually a hydraulic door that can be opened, and we can bring equipment into this room for trade shows or have equipment demonstrations or so forth. That's a 14 by 16 foot door, so we can bring some rather large equipment into this facility as well. We're back in the corner of the conference center, and this is the big hydraulic door we talked about that we can use to bring in equipment, other things. They're also using it basically to unload tables and chairs. It's a pretty good entrance for that, but kind of an all-weather thing that folks can back up underneath this thing and be out of the weather and unload equipment for trade shows or big groups that are coming in here. Much like a lot of the items in this building, it's got a lot of barn wood. Our group extension leadership won, the agriculture theme, kind of earth tones, back to nature, simpler times. So pretty much the whole interior of this building is designed with that in mind. So we can drop this thing back down. There's a lot of wood on that door. All right, we're now in the catering kitchen, which is in the far end of the conference center, used to serve meals and so forth in the conference center. Fully equipped kitchen. We have gas stove and convection ovens, warming ovens, reach-in refrigerators and freezers, and there's also walk-in cooler and freezer as well. The Hardin County Cattlemen's Association does a lot of catering events, and most of the stuff that they get delivered comes in by semi. They can come through this double door here and roll the stuff right into the freezer or walk-in cooler. We're around at the back end of our building now, underneath the drive-through canopy, which we can also use for various outdoor demonstrations for 4-H, homemakers, cattlemen, whatever. Big area here, built to the height to provide for semis to come in here and unload. Also, while we're out here at the back end of the building, might talk about all the landscaping we have around the building that the master gardeners have put in. We've had a lot of plants donated by Hugo Davis with Bluegrass Lawn and Garden Center. So if you want to know, if you come out here and see some of these plants and would like to know what they are, either contact Amy Alderdorfer, our horticulture agent, or any of the master gardeners, or Hugo Davis at Bluegrass Lawn and Garden Center. We're in the corridor outside of the conference room. There's doors for each 3 sections, and you'll notice on the wall we also have the monitors, which will tell you this conference center A, B, and C, who's meeting in each one of these rooms today, or if the whole thing's being used by one group, it'll tell that as well. There's another restroom group on down the hall behind us. This will go on down into the lobby to the main restroom group and back in that pre-function area we came out of earlier. Using a lot of the bigger groups that have met here so far, use this area for serving meals and so forth, where we get traffic patterns, folks coming out one door and then going into another. So we've got real good traffic flow. It's worked real well so far. All right, we're standing outside the corridor, outside the conference center. Kind of another unique aspect of this building, and this was something that Jenkins Essex actually brought to us. Originally designed, there were rain chains all the way down this long sidewalk here, and with this huge roof on this building, we really didn't see, and they didn't feel like a rain chain would be able to handle the amount of water that was coming off this building. So they felt that we needed downspouts here, and they needed a way to mount them. So the Amish from down in Hart County in Munfordville area actually did all the framing on this building, and a lot of the special designs you see inside, they accomplished. And they found these timbers up in Pennsylvania. These are probably 150 years old. They're hand hewn, as you can see. Some of them still have the old dowel pins in them that were used to hold barns and buildings and so forth together. So this probably came out of an old barn up in that area many, many years ago. So kind of a unique little design to hold these gutters out here outside the building. Standing outside of the conference center again, one of the outside sidewalks around the building. You can see over my right shoulder here the Livestock Event Center, which was built first. That's a 100 by 200 foot building. Half of it is concreted, and that's where we have the cattle panel set up. The other 100 foot area of it is river wash sand that we can use for horse, equine events, also goat and sheep and hogs. We can have any kind of species in that facility. There is handling facilities for both large animals and small animals in there. There's water, well lighted and so forth, a loadout facility. We actually do a program with Iowa State University where producers from some 19 counties now across the state bring their feeder cattle in here. And we load out, and they're actually shipped out to Iowa. And we do a research program with Iowa State where they collect feedlot and carcass data on these animals so producers here can actually know what kind of beef they're producing for today's consumer. We're now in one of the office wings. This is the wing that actually houses our FCS, or Family and Consumer Science staff, and also our horticulture agent. So if you're coming to see those folks, you would come in this wing. We also kind of have a sitting area here for kids and also our homemakers, maybe waiting on mom as she's talking to one of our agents or so forth. Also, you'll notice we have one of the quilt blocks made out of barn wood that the Amish designed for us and put here on this wall, kind of a unique wall covering. We have one in our other wing, which we'll see here in just a minute. All right, we're standing in the employee break room. We're actually on the inside of the silo. You'll see the wood paneling here on the wall that's circular. The silo is on the other side that we talked about earlier in the lobby. So this is just for our employees to come in and eat lunch or get a cup of coffee or whatever, or sit down with clientele and meet as well. All right, now we're in Wing A, as we call it. This is the agriculture and 4-H wing, so all your agriculture agents and 4-H agents are located in this wing. Both of our office wings actually mirror each other. The only difference, this one we have in it what we call a gallery. In our wing B, we have a sitting area. Both of the wings, of course, have a quilt block design on the end of the hall. There's 2 halls in each wing. There is a staff restroom group in here. There's also a workroom with copiers in each wing. There's a shared storage room in each wing. And then there's, at the very far end, is a small conference room that the agents can meet in or sit down and meet with clientele. We're here in the boardroom, which is also off the lobby. This is where our Extension District Board typically meets, but any other group can use this room as well. Cattlemen's Association Board of Directors, they meet in this room. 4-H Council, their board, Homemakers Council can meet in here as well. So any groups that's need a boardroom, we can hold about, I think there's 16 chairs in here or so, and we can hold about 20 in this room. So we're now off of the lobby in the sewing room, one of our other large meeting rooms. In fact, this room is actually the size of our old auditorium, which was our largest room in our other building. If you'll notice around the wall here, we have some 19 workstations with sewing cabinets, sewing machines. Sewing as well as cooking is 2 of our largest, most popular project areas in the family and consumer science area of our program. Also getting some new sewing machines in here, so all our sewing groups are pretty happy about that. The district board did approve that at their last meeting. So look forward to all the classes that'll be in here in the future.